Hello everyone, my name is Yanis, and in this video I'm going to talk about holes in our energetic field or our energy field. How do they manifest in our life, or how we experience them? How do we get these holes in our energy field? And in the end, I will give you tips, 6 tips. What can we do about it? So first, what is an energetic hole in our energy field? We human beings consist of different energetic structures, you could say, and our energy field is our biggest structure of all. Inside of it is everything else. And ideally, our energy field should be whole, without any holes, without any cracks in it. But unfortunately, in many cases, that is not the case, and there are many different reasons why our energy field becomes cracky or gets holes in it. And these holes in our energy field are like gateways. And through them, all kinds of different harmful energies, entities, toxic beings and parasites can come through, and they can start to pump our own energy, drain us, and negatively affect us in our life. And these holes prevent us from having a fulfilling life, and also we become literally like energy batteries for these negative entities, like in the movie Matrix. So how do we experience daily in these holes? How do they manifest in our life? First of all, holes in our energy field can be felt on all 4 levels, such as energetic level, physical level, mental level, and also emotional level. And energy holes mean that we need to cleanse ourselves energetically. And if we talk about what are the typical feelings that we can feel when we have holes in our energy field, they are a feeling of tiredness. We feel tired, we feel frustrated, we feel overwhelmed, we feel anxious, and also negative thinking is present and can be very intense. And another thing how these holes manifest in our life is, for example, we take action, we do a lot of things towards a certain result or goal that we want to achieve, but the return to our action is minimum, almost nothing, and we can't understand. We have invested a lot of energy in this certain thing, but we're not receiving back enough. Why is it? Like it's some kind of invisible energetic block that does not allow us to receive it. That is also a sign. When you have a feeling that something is blocking you and you can't maybe always explain it logically, but you feel that something is messing up with you, then this could also be an energetic hole inside in your energy field. Another thing is, of course, your perception and your judgment gets clouded, and it's more difficult for you to make quality and good decisions for you. Another thing is you might struggle with your creativity as well, and as I said before, your desired manifestations might not happen. They might get blocked. Yes. So these are some of the signs that can signal or indicate you that you have energetic holes in your energy field. And I will add two more things in this section of signs. Another one is if we participate in some kind of projects, and these projects can be one time or on a regular basis, and if you feel very or extremely tired while you are engaging in them, that is also usually a strong indication that these projects are not the best for you, and they can in long term or even short term, they can burn you out quickly to the point that you might even need a couple of weeks or even months to recover after that. And another thing about holes in our energy field is that we might experience incitements in our head that come not from our heart or soul or from our inner guidance, but they come from energetic parasites, and they incite you to take action that is not in your own interests, and to take action that will lead you to the wrong path in which you will lose a lot of energy, inadequate amounts of energy. You will invest a lot of energy and you will barely receive anything back. And it's good for parasites because this is the way how they drain people of energy and pump them dry. Okay, so if we have these holes in our energy field, so how do we get them in the first place? Number one, there is an imbalanced energy exchange between you and someone else, whether it's your workplace or some other kind of relationships. It doesn't matter. if energy exchange between you and someone else is imbalanced, then it always leads to holes in our energy field. And this applies in both ways. When you give too much and receive not enough back, or when you don't give enough and you tend to receive more energy from someone else involved in interaction with you. And when you give too much energy away without getting back adequate compensation for that, that means that, again, it's an invitation for energetic entities, leeches or vampires, who will use this as opportunity to drain you. And you can even get connected to some bigger energetic structures such as egregores, if you know what I mean, and they can also use you as an energy battery. And in the long term, it's very devastating. So that's if you give away too much. So what happens if you don't give enough? In this case, then you start to pump energy from someone else, and you don't give enough back, and that means in this scenario your own natural potential gets degraded. Atrophied would be also the word that you can use. And it is also typical in relationships when one side is investing more and another one is like becoming less and less engaged, because subconsciously or energetically he feels that there is no need to give back that much, and the one who does not give back enough starts to degrade more and more. And it can also happen with a lot of men, when women, especially when women have a lot of masculine energy and they do a lot, and men just sit back and allow them to run the things. So that is one example. So first thing is imbalanced energy exchange. Another thing, and this is associated with the first point, is we get these holes in our energy field when we're not doing things that we are supposed to do in this life. If we are, for example, working a job that we hate or is really not aligned with our souls or hearts values and desires, then it's a big hole and a strong invitation for harmful energies to come in. So that's the second point. The third point is the third point of how we get holes in our energy field is our own negative patterns, our own inner limiting beliefs, they serve as magnets, almost, yeah, like as magnets. And if we have those inside of us and we haven't really worked them out, then they energetically are like anchor, are like attachment mechanism that sends a signal, and resonating energies can answer the call. So it is very important to address your own limiting patterns as well. That, and a lot of them, of course, form when we are small children in our early childhood. And without negative patterns, of course, another thing that I want to mention that contributes to get holes in our energy field is if we already have a toxic energy inside us already, if we have somehow gathered or collected unconsciously already some kind of bad energy, and that is already sitting in our auric field, or our chakras are needs to be cleansed, or our energy field is full with toxic and negative energy, then that of course also serves as a magnet, and that can help to create cracks in our energy field. So what can we do about all of this? Because it seems scary, right? Number one thing is, my advice is to learn all you can how to apply boundaries in your own life. It's, to my experience, the most powerful tool so far that I have ever used in my life, and I have ever experienced in working with other people who have used it. It has dramatically transformed and changed their lives. So boundaries is number one. What else can you do? Number two, regular energetic and physical cleansing would be the answer. And I want to add that by cleansing I mean use only those practices that resonate most for you at this time, because if we apply something that is generally good for people, but it is done in the wrong time and place, then it can do you even more harm than good as well. So find a practice that really helps you at this stage of your life. And physical cleansing, of course, can also involve foods. So the right foods. Food is also a very strong aspect or factor that contributes our energetic well-being. And it's a very important thing. Some people like to experiment with fastings. That can also be done. So energetic and physical cleansing. Number three is stop doing the things that drain you, that you don't enjoy doing, that are the ones that you would rather do something else if you had a chance. Because when we do something that we are not supposed to do, again, energetically, our natural creative flow gets hindered, and energetic parasites and entities, the ones who drain energy, can come again in your life and use this as opportunity to drain you. So it's very important to stop doing things that really are not in alignment with your own heart, with your own soul path. And if you haven't discovered what is your soul path, your heart desire, then I would suggest start looking and investing in that direction as well. So yeah, stop doing that is not in alignment with you. Next one, number 4, is start doing what you like to do. Acknowledge yourself, and find things that energize you, give you more joy in life. Find that kind of activities, and they will help you to clean your energy field and close holes that are in it. Number 5, we all have to work out and process out, of course, our own negative patterns that serve as anchors, as inner magnets, as I mentioned before, and we cannot ignore them. If we don't work them out, there will always be a place, a crack for harmful energies to come in our life. So we have to dissolve, to release our own negative patterns. That's number 5. And number 6 is learn to listen to your own intuition. And not only listen, but also to discern intuition from other inner signals that you may receive, because sometimes there are more than one voice inside of us, and it's true. There are different voices, and part of them does not come from your own inner guidance, but comes from energetic parasites again. And they incite you to do the things that are not in actuality good for you. So discernment is also another thing to learn and experience. And with experience you become more advanced in this thing. And in the end, I want to ask you, do you recognize any of these energy drainers and holes that I mentioned in this video? Do you recognize any of these in your own life right now? Maybe there are some people, maybe some places, maybe environments or conditions or habits or projects, some topics or thoughts that drain you a lot from your energy and even can create negative feelings and emotions inside you. Have you recognized them? If not, I invite you to do that. And we have to remember that if we have these external harms, these external negative impacts, we have to remember that they can only harm us until we have our own inner magnets inside us. And these magnets I mentioned before are our negative patterns, beliefs, thought forms about ourselves, about our life, emotions, and so on. So we have to work with these. And when you recognize your external negative influences, they can lead you to your own internal magnets that invited them in your life in the first place. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next ones.